All right, item 6, public hearing, courthouse annex 1, 2, and 3, updates, comments, and questions. They want to discuss the courthouse and lay out a plan as to what we want to do there, who, and how, and so forth,
Come on in. If you were looking for a small setting, sorry about that. I've got a better one here, just put a smaller one on.
you know the way around the environment, I'll get in with you.
Okay, so really, we came in today more of a kickoff to how the county stores, who wants to go where and what the existing courthouse is here. I know Judge and I had a conversation with he thinks what should go there, so I just wanted everyone to have their opinion and what they want to do.
Told me where to go the other day, but it wasn't courthouse.
Okay, so this is sort of our original sketch line items of things to go away. So, what was your original thoughts, Judge?
Well, the auditor want to move to the courthouse,
Sure.
and I think the auditor and the treasurer would be nice if they don't have to be together, but they're close would be a good thing.
They interact so much as opposed to having to
Yeah.
trot all the way over.
And then the county attorney offices and county judge's office. And the commissioners have one offices in the courthouse, all or whatever. So we, is there someone else on this? Well, Miss Eva, you're already there. Now, if am I correct in saying that you want where you're at plus all below you?
You got it.
Yeah, and that's pretty much given there. So the rest of it, all of those that we need to work in is.
Perfect. Okay, so from your day-to-day living when you were over there originally, do you have, office-wise, you think roughly who should go where? Do you have an idea of, in your mind, if you're sitting in there, who do you think would be better proportion one or the other? Because obviously we've got, and again, all these walls don't need to stay. We can move them around. They span from here to here and from here to here.
Let me ask you this, it's kind of, I don't know, like, you've got that safe in there, but there's not enough room for the treasurer's office, you know, in that area. That would be, this would be the safe, and this would have been what the old treasurer's office was. But this, so I guess we just disregard the safe deal
Another safe
Because
upstairs.
the safe is, there's a safe, isn't there a safe right here?
it is, it's not optional, right? I mean, it's not, I don't
vault.
think it works
Yeah.
right now.
The vault.
The vault, we have a vault there in one of the rooms, but.
Well, we
it's
see over
actually two.
for example, over at the finance building, the 307 in Seguin we had there, we had the same scenario. It was like a bunch of rabbit wires through there, and then on top of that, they had a whole bunch of file cabinets. It was just, you couldn't see your way around there. And they had a large vault at the front where they kept the old bank years ago. We elected just to keep it. We took the main, I think we kept the main door on there, and they just locked it. And so it's sort of it's in the lobby, but it's sort of a general storage facility there. I mean, it's too expensive to take out.
Oh, yeah, we can't take it out.
So,
I was hoping we could build around it, the offices around it,
yeah, all of a sudden.
Around what?
And
that vault.
Which one?
this one?
There's one in the old treasurer's office, but there's one where elections used to be. Isn't
Yeah,
there?
is that, what is in that?
No, it's just the facade on the outside.
So what is the
rest of-
elections office? That's
Yes,
where the
and-
elevator is?
Yes, and that's where the elevator
The
is.
elevator.
So it's just a facade that you should just leave alone.
Isn't
It's
there a
just,
vault
but,
upstairs or some sort?
Well, you can take the door off it and just put a door on there. Just be a room. You can store
no, that would be up to her,
I was
you
thinking
know.
there was.
Yeah, but that has
that's
No,
not,
but the vault-
that big room and then,
We took
there,
that-
that little room doesn't
See,
count.
now-
That's more like a little storage,
From
you know, that
upstairs?
little,
Yeah.
and then you have the back
I
area.
Put it in
think,
the
is that where
jail.
we're supposed to
Okay.
go? I think that's where we're supposed to go.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
Jen
don't
was,
know. I
Jen
don't
was originally talking about, well, Paul, you know what she was talking about, where she wanted the elections office and then through that
Yeah,
little.
that's.
yeah, the elections office is connected by,
There's those-
like a
there's
little
actually
hallway
doors.
thing,
There's actually.
and then
doorways
there's a
there.
back room.
You could actually make some offices inside of that. if you
Well,
want.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Yes,
Like you have
you
it
could
here.
do
I mean,
two
you can
in
see-
that great big room.
Scale-wise, to give you some idea how big this space is, that's what we have there currently. Those two offices within that same square, we've actually
Right.
got three in
Yeah,
there, so you
there's
can
a
see,
little- Yeah, there's a little
it
thing
could
right here.
easily be subdivided.
Yeah.
Right,
You could
this,
probably
this
do
is
three
a big
offices
enough
in there, I would think.
space
Yeah.
to make it more than one office,
It can easily be, you
and
know,
this too.
a reception area, two large offices,
Right.
or like you said, I mean, you could almost do something like that if need be.
Did you look at the opening? Have you seen the opening to that, or to see if it could be enlarged? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
No, it would just, it's obviously gonna impact a little bit in terms of what goes on internally, but there's no real reason why you couldn't have.
Well, now,
that's,
the old district clerk's offices on both sides there, the county attorney has shown interest in the fact that when you hold county court up there, utilizing one part of it for the conferencing with the attorneys and things, and the other part for offices and everything, so unless anybody has a specific whatever for those two offices, that might pretty much take care of that situation there.
Yes,
Up here on this side, you
Yeah.
say?
yes.
there's some.
So again, you could either have
Because,
it,
I mean, in my office, I have me, my assistant, two secretaries, and then I think we ought to plan in there at some point a space to at least add one other person into the office. Because we used to have an investigator in that office, but, I think that, I mean, in the future, that position would probably be better utilized as another attorney and not an investigator, but,
you can see the space we have up there, we could easily do that, you could easily have it such that if you got a door here in, existing door, you keep this over here, you could easily add, have reception area like this here. But you could, you know, this facility here, you could even have another desk area right here, so you know, 1, 2 here. Got a door into your office then through here. And then you could do, you could have like this, that way, see the third person like that. And that still enables you to get in this storage facility right here. That being said, that's just a room there, I believe, isn't it?
it's a walk through the courtroom. It's really narrow, small, little space that you walk through to get to the courtroom.
We need to check the measurements on this to make sure where we're at, because if that would be a good place for maybe extra storage here, but then it, depending, so there's another door over here, I don't remember
And
there being
it's,
one.
the space is really, not that, it's a
There's
really
a
narrow
door,
space.
there is a door there, and I think what he's talking about is
No, I'm on
that
the bottom floor.
it's
I'm thinking about-
wider than a hallway, but too small for an office, and he's
Yes.
talking about building storage in that you can utilize.
Office supplies or whatever, but I'll need to check on this, these are the original plans that we had from, I think there's been some changes since, we'll need to double check some of these dimensions through here. But, and then we've got the new elevator shaft arrangement right here, that's sacrosanct, we can't touch that. The rest of this area it is what it is with the restrooms and everything across here. But something like that, with a larger, and then having an open plan area there in front, would that work for you?
Yeah, I just don't know if that'll be enough office room space, I mean.
Can't you
it
take
would make
both
them-
sides?
Well, that's what the judge and I
Yeah.
discussed,
Yeah,
is that
this
needing
is
both
nice.
sides.
I was
both
gonna
these rooms
go.
over here.
You could, yeah.
Upstairs.
That's upstairs.
Yeah.
Right, you
Yeah,
could do
that's
the
upstairs.
offices, and you could do your conference, and you could do your filing cabinets and stuff.
Right, and that's what,
You know.
I mean,
Yeah, your
we had
conference
looked at
room.
that, because the actual offices where the district clerk was at, to put a desk in there and to actually meet with people, because I mean, we have victims, we have mental commitments, where we have to have a private place to meet with some people. Those spaces where you've got those diagonal off of
Works
them
well.
are actually, no, they're really kind of small and cramped.
But
But in
maybe you
the
could put
existing
a,
configuration?
Yes, in the.
What we're saying, if you're over here with your sister right here,
Mhm,
okay, so there's two of you over here,
mhm.
what we're saying then is, what you could always do over here is,
Conference and reception.
you could do a couple of different things here. You could actually have I'm not sure if that would work for you, you could almost have a separate meeting room over here. This could be a meeting room here. This here could almost be a bullpen for more of an open plan arrangement here, that you could get 2 or 3 people in here. So they have to have individual offices.
To meet confidentially, yeah. Right now, we've got a bullpen situation over here.
No, but if you have a
It's
meeting room here that
Yeah.
is a confidential meeting room, what I'm saying is their work area, do you want to have individual offices there? Or if they'd be able to go to a meeting room that is confidential?
I need them to be able to talk on the phone confidentially.
So what we could do there then is, you could have an open area and maybe 2 offices over here. So that would give you able then to investigate, and we also have this room here as well.
Well, see, that would make a wonderful conference area for the attorneys. See, this being a courtroom, you
They
need
can-
to
they
have a
can-
jury
They
room.
can come in right through here, so this could actually be.
To confer with the attorneys, outside the presence of the jury. Because you have to have a jury room for a jury selection. So, we need a place to meet with the attorneys away from where we.
Well, you got your
select the
conference
jury.
area.
Right,
here.
yeah, we did a conference
You got a
area.
conference area
Well,
over
he
here.
was talking about making that offices also.
See,
That
if
would
you,
be
and
the
if you do that,
conference area open.
there's actually 2, this actually can double up then as a meeting room.
And a
It could be
conference,
A
right.
conference room, it could be, you still do jury selection back here though, right?
We would do jury selection, you need a place to put your jury.
This
to
is where the
have-
jury
right,
room would be, we
right.
would have.
This,
The jury.
this room is not gonna be large enough for your conferences with your,
You don't think
on
so?
a court day. This
Uh-huh.
one's way plenty over here, but this one's not gonna be large
Okay.
I
enough.
would leave this as,
I agree
I
with
would
the
leave
judge.
this,
We need that.
I would leave this here as a just a general purpose meeting room if they need to have client
Right.
attorney conferences or, so keep that as a meeting room here. That gives you the ability for you to be here, assistant here, and then that gives you the ability then to have either 2 larger offices here, or one large, one medium-sized office.
You know, I think probably that the 2 of you, you need to say, this is gonna be yours to do with.
That's
And
your.
y'all need to meet on site, because I think you can have more privacy in these offices than you're considering right now.
Right.
Right.
And without changing configuration, maybe even doing some insulation or whatever, but the offices are plenty big for.
They really are, but they're big enough to have as personnel offices.
And then you have plenty of conference room over
They
here.
both have doors on
Oh,
them,
they do have
glass
doors.
doors on
I
them.
just.
So
There's
I-
just not a door on the middle walkway.
So what we're looking at then is you, assistant, 3 here, meeting room there. I think from what you're saying, that will service your needs.
I think that section will take care of anything that we need.
Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
if you,
We just
and
gotta work
better
the
than y'all
logistics
sit
out.
here and look at that drawing, you need to
Right.
go in there and get a feel of the space
Right.
and do it, you know, because it's more room in those offices and
Yeah,
you're.
this area over here is really quite large.
All right, so we've got that covered. So then back over in here, but the old library used to go, which is why we had some, the law books, see, that's why we had some sanding in the floors over in this area.
How many commissioners can we put in there?
6.
I don't know what's the space is. How many of the commissioners want offices in the courthouse? I know Larry does.
Yeah, I would like to have an office in there. Not so much for now, but I think we need to consider that as we go forward, there will be a time when the commissioners will office over here. And I think now's the time to plan for that.
I agree. Well, let's take a departure, hold that thought for a moment. Let's look then at your needs from what you have on the ground floor. So with the current configuration that we have, do you think the judge going back, you should really be ground floor?
I don't, yeah, judge on the ground floor, but what I would say, let them pick what they think will meet their needs, and we can work with their needs.
Because once you got yours logged in, then I can look at the spatial arrangement of the commissioners and the judge. So, depending yourself here,
If anyone thinks maybe those 2 offices that we occupy plus the commissioner's courtroom could be cut in to actually house all of that would be ideal.
so that's my thought process is that,
Because you got 2
When you have
separate
7
offices.
people,
mhm.
but the facility you're in now is teeny tiny.
Yeah.
Four people.
Where I thought we were.
The treasurer and then the auditor right next door to that.
Yeah, what we had talked about, Jan and I went over there one day, and what we had talked about.
These areas here, right?
Mhm.
Typically
Jan
just-
would get the old election office and that office next door. That'll be for Jan's girls there, and then Jan's office could be right there. Jan, stop me if I'm saying
Yeah.
something
So
wrong.
you, right here, you thinking of, Jan?
No, she's gonna be right here.
This one
It
here?
was ugly.
Yeah.
When we go over there,
I want us to look at this, we can, it's much easier looking at the plan, we can go over and look at the space you've got.
But
But we'll
you-
talk on plan first and foremost,
Did
to
you
get
like what?
a poll.
Yeah, yeah,
Is there enough room,
to grow.
is there enough room?
No, what you said here, I know where I'm
And
going.
I don't
They're
know
the
what
ones
the
that
dimensions
need
of this
to, you know
are,
what I mean?
but is there enough
I have no
room
problems.
for you to have an office back here?
Yes.
And then have one of your people out in front, almost like a receptionist sort of thing?
There is, because this is basically 18 feet wide here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could get with, depending on how you arrange it, if you've got, you've got one assistant with you then, Virginia, right? And what's
I have assistant, and then I have,
Well, you have two assistants.
2 assistants and then the personnel person, so there's 4 of us now.
Now, the personnel person needs to be somewhere where
Yeah,
they're
but
easy to get to, because
And a
people
door.
come in looking for a
And
job.
secluded,
Yeah.
we're
So she needs to be,
in a private
where,
Like in a little
Right.
office.
Yeah.
HR person, I want to speak up.
So, and I've done this different ways, different restrictions before. Some of the treasurers want to be backing out the way, they want front personnel staff to have that in face, so that they don't feel like, others want to be seen
Right,
if they're meeting.
right.
So which you fall into? Because that depends on how we.
Oh, I know.
So if you basically, let's think about this, the areas we're sacrosanct right now, you've got the elevator, you need the platform here. What I'm saying is you can basically take any and through all of this space as far as you want to go. Obviously this area is a safe spot here.
Yeah.
But I'm saying ignore the walls. So we can
What is
actually.
gonna
we have
be in
doors,
here?
though, right?
What's gonna be in here? See, this is a hallway here.
Correct. It
That's the
doesn't, it
entry.
doesn't have to be that way.
Okay.
Like for example, over at Guadalupe on the old courthouse there, I'm blowing all the walls out, I'm keeping them out the old terrazzo, central hallways. But you can you can make the whole thing pretty well open through there. So what I'm saying is you
See,
basically
the
got
door
all
to the
this.
safe is here.
Right.
If you could make it here, then it would be part of us here. I don't know if
Can't do
you
that.
can.
Too expensive.
No, the safe,
Yeah.
but if he,
But imagine you basically got, imagine you've got an envelope like this. Imagine you've got an envelope like this. Imagine everything else in there being open.
Okay.
You got whole, but again, and these walls here, I haven't got to keep all the walls, I can touch on these things. So you basically got an envelope, a box.
Yeah, but,
no,
what, yeah.
Agreed. But what I'm saying is I'm saying